Let's get to it right here. This is a northern pain path right here. That's going to make things pretty interesting for these squads. Now, North George is still in effect. I'm wondering if Alpha 7 decides to head in that direction, or they're trying to true the Pubg drop as well.
Vampires out early, as you can see them already heading over towards Zaki. Because when you're that far away from your usual drop, you've got to look for a backup. Zaki, for me, is a terrible drop spot, but you've got to look for something.
When is it? You know what? I've always been saying this for the longest time.
Oh, no, I know what you're going to say.
Zaki end zone is on my bingo card, and it has been left open for far too long.
Am I casting with Imperium right now?
It's the dream. It's the dream. Zarky finish at Aaron Gale and Cave finish on Sandhawk.
Oh, no, please.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I mean, you've got the tunnels on Miramar as well that you could potentially go to, and then you've got that situation where somebody's on the top, somebody's on the side, and then it's like, well, okay, I guess we just heal and hope.
Right, hope and dreams.
No.
That's what we have here at the start. Some of these teams looking to make their dreams alive. Take a look at their highest damage. Tixie, man, he has really turned things up here. Longest elimination ARAM, 387 meters. That's far.
Yeah, that was very far. I think before, 363. I was looking at the stats earlier. Tony K was able to hit a long one, but now this circle poses problems. There is still the chance it goes to military here, so I think we'll probably see 2/3 of people taking up the kind of mainland area, and then maybe a third moving down towards military, but actually maybe less than that, because it's still a lower chance that it's going to go there, but if it does, it's going to cause problems.
Oh, absolutely. And if the team that decides to head there early, they're going to be laughing it to the bank if that zone does go in that direction. And plus, that loot, military loot is quite delicious. Now, for this particular circle, Vampire are going to have a heck of a rotation trying to get here. They're going to have to go through, they have to be very careful, sleepfrogging their way to safety. DRS they have been pretty off and on so far in this tournament. Where is DRS standing so far on the leaderboards? They are going to... Oh, yeah, there they are. 4th place. So they have 62 points. A good game here. They can definitely breach the top 2.
I'm glad we came to this location first when it comes to gunfights, because this, as a choke point on a circle like this, is extremely important. DRS is no stranger to the idea of taking the shots at these locations to make sure they can try and control these locations. Because if you're a DRS right now, you loot Milta and you sit here until you get full confirmation that you need to go north or south.
Yes.
So get rid of Infinity. And Sem's already getting rid of people as well with the handgun.
Busting out the pistol here, and he is looking for some more unknown.
No way.
Oh my gosh. There's no way. There's no way he makes this alive.
You can't hide. You can't fight.
Oh, he got the buggy. Wait. Second thoughts. Oh, he's going to go for the finish? No way.
Is he going against the guy with the AK with a handgun?
It's the M7, and M7's beating him up bad. The rest of his team is coming, actually both sides of the squad. Here comes Kenny with a Bizone, trying to get some shots on the ARAM. Oh my gosh, unknown. Did he end up getting that knock after all? I believe he did. Yes, he did. And the third. Okay. Yeah, it was kind of back and forth there.
It's close.
That was a little while. Oh, Gladiators getting taken out by Mezexis. Inactive, getting a nice early elimination for him.
Yeah, the barrel will do so much damage in that previous fight, but that was a kind of crazy situation. I could still trade off against Sem9, though. The reinforcements coming in, very, very important, very effective.
See right now, Young on Galacticos going to take the hill, trying to catch Aegon. I8, slip it. Oh, wow, he actually hit some of those shots. Oh, what?
Bison boys.
Oh, that is how you do it there. And he's going to go ahead, secure that inland. Yes, get that point. And yeah, Aegon A8, they don't want none of this. They're going to take off. They got nothing, literally nothing.
Not surprised. I mean, this location in general, it's not really going to be the highest of priorities, so you just want to get out of there with, unfortunately, your tail between your legs as you lose people, and then try and fight another day. Going out this early, it's tough. It's not worth it. It's just pointless.
Yeah, I agree. And you know what? This is kind of the result of that plane path. There's such a northern plane path. You have so many teams hunting for vehicles, and not just a northern plane path, but also a southern circle. When you have such that stark difference, you got to go ahead and prioritize that zone, and losing a player in the process is just, hey, the price you pay.
Completely agreed. And actually, whilst we were on board here with Gladiators, Aegon IA is moving and sending their 2 players down to military. They're basically making a gamble play here of, okay, yes, we're wounded already. If we take somewhere quickly on military and it does come down here, we have a slightly higher advantage compared to if we were just on the mainland and surrounded by teams.
And we know it's possible. I mean, just in the last game, right, we saw hard shifts down south to Ferry Pier. So maybe...
I didn't expect it.
Yeah, I didn't expect it either. So, I mean, scarier things and crazier things have happened. But I do like what you mentioned earlier, DRS holding that bridge, you know, to hedge their bets. That is something I want to see from them, but it looks like they decided to prioritize Milta.
Still looting. You know, they've got time here, which is all important. As long as they kind of keep their ears open a little bit. I know you can do that. It's weird. So, you can actually eventually see that. But replay on. Meku getting sprayed on down. These long-range Bison fights, man, they're hitting.
They hitting those right there. The zone coming out heavy here in the World Invitational All-Star stage. Again, everybody, $1 million is on the line here, and it's crazy to say that that is just a drop in the bucket to how much money they're going to make, and not just a few days away, right?
But
also later in the year.
I like the way you say it, bison.
The bison.
It's like how Max would say it, le bison.
Le bison.
You know? Le bison.
Yes, I'll tell you what, man, that has been doing pretty good so far. You know what? It's the tried and true, and it's like that UMP where if those shots are so far away, they come out silent. They don't give those audio cues or indicators to the players. They don't know where they're coming from. And it's weird with that bullet delay, those bidon shots. If you just hit that little spray, boom, it's like instant knock.
It feels like there's no recoil in it as well, which
that's true.
Also helps things out, I think.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree.
It's pretty good, pretty good. But Vampire here going to be strolling on a long way. They have got a long way to go for these kinds of circles, and they're rocking up alongside Gladiators as well here. So top two teams against one another on the transition. As Gladiators has already lost one person, of course, against Mazexis. So they're not going to be wanting to take fights too early.
Yeah, I'm going to be taking a look at Vampire's rotation. We're going to see that all the way up top. Vampire Esports. Oh my gosh, cashing Matic, and I think they got one of his tires.
They might get it.
Let's see if Schweppes goes for another one. It's smoking. It's on fire. And just like that, Matic out of there.
You could see as he was holding the spray for as long as he did, you slowly lose control of it there. So, I mean, as much as some of those early shots hit, maybe like just a reset and try and go again. But it's hard to judge in those moments because you've got a really short window of time to make it happen.
I'll tell you what, dude. One thing I've been really like seeing is teams, instead of prioritizing just popping people out of the vehicle, a lot of times prioritizing those tires, man. If you get a couple pops, boom, that's a spin out, instant victory. And then that's especially prevalent when we see someone driving a buggy. It's like 3 shots and they're out of here. As we take a look at the plane, look at that, just soaring over Erangel.
Beautiful.
That was gorgeous.
We're going to drop in military and give Igon opportunity.
Southern shift.
Do it, Chaos, please.
Bring it, come on, take it to the side.
Well, you know what? Potato Hill's a lovely place as well.
It is. And D plus Kia is hanging out there. They won the last match. So they're very fortunate now here in this situation.
Yeah, they're going to be rendezvousing quite quickly here, I think. And holding up Potato Hill, actually, there's quite a lot of cover room that you need to hold on Potato Hill. So sometimes it can be a bit deceptively difficult, but you can see the great migration here from all of the teams trying to blast it towards the center of this one.
Goodness gracious, so quick. The second that zone popped, they were in those vehicles and they were on the move. Falcon! Team Falcons, we have been waiting to see this squad pop off. I'll never forget that chicken dinner that they got yesterday. Man, this stadium erupted.
Yeah.
So I would be excited to see them have a great performance. And I know, like you mentioned, greatest team in the world.
They are awesome. I want to see them do a little bit more. 51 points right now, but maybe they can, bump it up a little bit.
Come on.
Get it done,
That's right. We'll see them, Falcons soar in just a little bit.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, just like that plane.
Yes, just like the plane, which actually, where did it drop?
Maybe it was a sign.
Maybe.
We'll see in just a few moments here. Let's take a look at iCurd. iCurd in 14th place. iCurd's a really interesting team because I think when the play is really obvious, we could see them pop off in certain moments, but I see the little hesitations when they kind of get split decisions. Hopefully they can kind of clean that up here later in the tournament.
We've not seen them had the easiest time when it comes to defending breaches, hitting them. We saw that at the start of the day with Sandhawk, and I think they just need to lock things down a little bit stronger to be able to get things going. I mean, the position that they've got right now, it's not bad. You can make some transitions from here. Sem9, though, might be looking to challenge them in a little bit, so we'll keep an eye on that.
Yeah, what they were also going to keep an eye on is Vampire, looking to be the first team to break the 3-digit mark here, as they already have 92 points, 8 more to go, and they could definitely break it right here and right now. They did make it safely down into the circle. They are just on the side of school here. And man, that was not the easiest of rotations, considering that they came all the way up from Zarki.
And eventually got themselves one of Gladiators.
That's
which
true.
Is very nice here as a scalp to take.
Especially
this.
Crippling your second place team, right?
Yeah, that's any way you can do that and then get yourself a bigger lead would be fantastic. But Galacticos kind of locked in position here against R8, and I think this fight eventually either needs to conclude or the teams need to move north or south from one another, because trying to move east from here before you finish this fight is almost impossible.
See what R8 decides to do, as we're going to see B7 push the action here. Oh, Cute Loki got really beat up in that position.
Angle.
Yeah, Romeo Boy with that really nice off angle. He's trying to buy some time for his squad so they can get this res, but it's going to look tough.
It's going to be indeed. More throwables forwards here and move back as I get the smokes up to try and get the cover enough, but the spray into the smoke, delaying this cross as much as possible. He is behind the wall, so technically if he could get that, it'd be great, but now they find him in the smoke, shut him down. That's good from R8. Huge
shot there for Prestige to be able to secure that elimination. That is going to be 2 right there for the side of R8. And Yangon Galacticos with a huge man disadvantage. Sek has to be really careful. You can see him playing it quiet, using that 3 peak, hopefully looking to even the score.
With the circle shift as it is far to the east, those two teams in Pachinki now bullhorns locked with one another, finish that off and then make the rotates after. Meanwhile, we're on board here with Vampires as they're moving on through. Only one vehicle makes me scared. Where are they going to pitch up?
I believe they spotted this player from Agon I8 just out by himself. He tries to get the pre-nade off, but the easy spray, another easy elimination for Vampire.
Yeah, the absolute blast towards this location, but shots are actually raining in against them. They got to be a bit careful about that.
Our push? I mean, with their position right now,
that's a nasty angle.
And all them smokes, I mean, any team can push up on them, but I don't think Team Falcons really had that in them to make it. Yeah, you can see them playing it very, very scared.
There's like knock-on effects here, right? You're in center of the circle, which is cool, yes, awesome. But because you came here with only one vehicle, it means that you don't have that much cover outside this shack. So if anybody gets in nade range, I think Ravenclaw's already moving for them, actually, to try and find an alternate position. Because if you're all in one shack, one nade, bam, you're dead.
Yep, just like that. Done and dusted. Let's see. As R8 tries to make the rotation, Carrillo was waiting for him, switches to the DBS because he expected them to come right through him, but instead R8 saying, nah, we're going to go ahead and circumvent this and head on into the circle. Very nice.
Move. We've got ahead of them as well. It's Galacticos here with only the 2 being able to blast through. And, well, a bit of a calm before the storm. We actually had a relatively similar circle from our previous Erangel yesterday.
That's true.
So let's see how these teams are able to deal with it. So far, of all teams, I think Falcons actually had a really good split on this east side across that road, which is of extreme strength. So maybe they're able to convert here.
Let's see if they are going to be able to. Vampire, oh my gosh, hugging it out. Yeah, they are down to... the 3 players, that's right. 1 took off.
Yep, with Ravenclaw down to the south. It's very important that you're all not together in just that shack. You're working with limited information if you're all just in that shack, and Ravenclaw, of course, is the guy that they're normally sending out to gather that for them.
Well, they're so heads up to be able to center up in this circle, so no matter where the zone goes, they're going to be most likely in it. And yeah, okay, all right, a nice little southern shift here. This is honestly a great zone for the Falcons, but they have to watch their backs.
Downhill is a lot of this combat going to be here in a few moments' time, as well as Eichert's driving past the position of Vampire. R8 skirting past the Alpha 7 position. And, well, R8 is sending it, blasting it through to this small building. It's only the 1 building here, mind you.
Right.
So
Alpha 7 taking a nice checkpoint as well. They're going to be set up pretty here with all 4 up. They got their eyes on R8 and on the rest of these teams, possibly looking to catch a straggler on the rotation. Still a lot of teams not in this zone, and they are quite late to the party as everybody instantly took up most of the major checkpoints left in the circle.
Definitely. Obviously, D plus Kiera's got a great compound. I mean, we've already seen them have success here in Erangel just before. And this is a team that, I mean, we were talking about it during the break, right?
Yes.
They've won things like World League East in the past under a previous name, which still, you know, Kia, obviously, but different sponsors, etc., and or a different configuration of name. But they know how to hold onto locations and kind of lock it down with previous rosters. And I think they could have some success on this compound too.
Especially with how they were able to sneak up on S2G a little earlier. It looks like FaZe Clan is a part of that same energy. Ray Z still alive here, looking to possibly get a nade off. Oh, okay. A nice drive-by. Got a little bit of information for him. Ray Z has to pinpoint and hit this all, and it's right between them.
Tries to go for it. Not successful. Malag will look across as well. Nice. This is a very, very slow-paced fight here. Actually, Raze gets him.
Got him with the nade here.
Nice.
Okay, opened it up. Here comes Authority Esports on the off angle. Yeah, Falcon realized that, you know what, this is third-party central. I am taking off from here, trying to group up with my squad. They only have 1 elimination, but like I mentioned, their backs was something they had to cover as the zone shifted.
You got to get up together for a position like this, because eventually they're going to have to move off of this. Very likely they're going to have to move off of this road and downhill together against the positions that some of these teams are taking up. S2G still locked with FaZe.
Silas losing, they lose Silas in the process, so they're down to 3 players. FaZe Clan do have 1 knocked. They do get to pick up on the Milag. And Ventores trying to get a nade off, but it is going to be Ones that gets it.
MCG, this smoke's giving away kind of where he's going to be perched up at. And that nade just kind of able to get Calci, of all people, to start things off.
What a shot!
Able to take him down. Jeez. Okay, FaZe is kind of slowly falling apart here against S2G.
They're focusing on too many different players. You can see as Milag was focusing right onto Kitsude, trying to pick up the easy point. Does he get it? He does. Okay, but the nade getting popped right onto him from Hamzy G. That's going to make things a little bit more difficult, but hey, they're still alive here. I'm telling you, FaZe got to be careful.
That is going down. Vampire's going to be very happy about that. A double spray coming in here to try and finish that off, but at the same time, a big push-up onto that, and it will be S2G going down thanks to the DBS.
Yeah, but FaZe lose almost everybody in the process, so they did get some nice eliminations there, but they won the battle. The war, though, is going to be tough to beat.
Yeah, they had to swing out too far right on that lip, on that plateau that they had as a position of strength. They got desperate about shutting down that fight, and then D plus Kia had the angle from the compound all the way to finish off a few of their members. So rough stuff.
I think they depended too much on the util right there. I think at a certain point, you got to know you have the man advantage, take those shots. But and with so much on the line, it's hard to take those risks. Let's see what Team Falcons could do. Oh, nice long nades onto Sem9. These bounces are looking pretty good here. Let's see if T can hit the mark onto Tam. He's going to get the confirmation most likely here. Oh, barely misses it. But yeah, it's only a matter of time. I don't think they're going to be able to get the threads off.
Behind
he gets behind the tree. He gets behind the rock. Wow.
Yeah. Only 1 health on him as well, so he has to back off from that fight. Here comes the reinforcing smokes to shut things down and also cover the vehicle just because they need that later on for the transition.
Beautiful smoke placement right there from Sem9. I don't know if they did see that. Oh, run over Alpha 7 with the full send. This is how you do it right here. Here they come in hot onto R8. They do lose 1 player on the process. That's going to be Carrillo going down. Senatexa now here with Revo, gets the knock on a Prestige.
Very nicely done here with the S12Ks as well as DBSs. Just continuing to push on this situation here. Ragnarok on the west side going to try and solidify the position he's had with a few smokes to cover where he's going. It's all hell breaking loose here for now. Falcons on this northern side shutting down these teams that are coming in from the high ground, because then that will leave their backs open so they can make transitions.
Here come the Falcons here 1 by 1. They're just taking each player out. Depp, SKR, he is in the deep business right now. as the Falcons are right there next to him. Are they going to spot him out? I don't think he's going to take these shots. It's way too risky.
If they don't, iCurd might. I mean, he is so sandwiched. Like, it is very rough for him to try and make something happen here. But iCurd is moving ahead of him, trying to leapfrog forwards. And again, Vampire here, they're licking their lips, man. I mean, with Gladiators down, with D plus Kia in third place, 60 points behind them. This is an opportunity for them to extend their lead even further.
I'll tell you what, Vampire is so good at securing those center positions early on. It has been proven to be so fruitful. Here comes iCurd from the edge. What did you see?
D plus Kia is moving up quite aggressively on the position towards Vampire there. It's Fabian very far up against that. I mean, as we're looking at these fights on the high ground, but I'm scared to see how D plus Kia is going to approach that against Vampire.
I think we definitely want to see these teams take that northern side. They want that hill advantage, that high ground. iCurd still in a battle with Team Falcons. It is going to be that 4v4, but Team Falcons with 5 eliminations, they are feeling themselves right now. They're starting to fire on all cylinders.
Ultimately, unless you have a lot of smokes to your ability or a lot of cars to be able to just smash into that compound in the middle, I don't know if anybody on this northern side is going to come out victorious in this game in the end. It's difficult to make that transition down south, but as you can see, now Vampire is very aware that D plus Kia is pushed up against their position and is trying to dislodge them.
It's going to be tough for them to get the finish and keep every player alive as that nade from Forrest. Oh my gosh, Forrest is having one heck of a day here. He is especially feeling himself after that last match.
And he's down here is Ravenclaw. That's a lot of information.
Oh my gosh.
And a big angle gone for Vampire. Tony K is actually ripping iCurd apart, and they're gone down as well thanks to the fact that Falcons was also firing in from the east side, so they got completely smushed.
Yeah, they sure did. And speaking of smush, they have been smushed in that shack almost all game long. They still have all 3 players up. They have a smoke fortress here, but that will allow teams to get close to them. And if D plus Kia gets a little too close, and like you talked about earlier, all it takes is 1 nade. But Team Falcons, 8 eliminations. This is the game they needed.
Yes, it is. Now, where are they going to go from here? If I was them, I mean, sending it down this hill is difficult. I mean, maybe you try and go for the eliminations even more and try and wrap around that north side here, taking the fights to, God forbid it, Vampires, all of these big names, first and third up there at the moment, but Falcons is seeming hot. Oh,
yes, they are. They're in 6th place right now, looking to climb the leaderboards here with this game, but Vampire still alive as DRS now applying the pressure to BTR. They're at a huge disadvantage here in these red buildings. They don't have a lot of sight lines. Delta, he knows exactly where he is. The bounce nade, he cooked it, but gets shot from Infinity IQ. Bensu.
Yuhai going to try and deal with this here with the ump, and is able to do so very, very nicely. Once again, umps versus DBSs, and somehow these umps are winning things out. Another nade has been cooked. Is it going to be able to connect? No, it will not. Tries to go for the res straight away. That might be deadly, though. Naito on the corner here from Donuts, coming in to be able to get things going.
The angles are insane.
Yeah.
D plus Kia picking up those knocks, make it hard. Here comes Team Falcons.
Big crash.
Sending it right onto Athon Esports. They want this red building.
It was the only major the option they had if they wanted to get center of this circle, and now Aton gonna have to try and hold this off. Thankfully for them, Punching King is already down, but you can see Take actually looking for an angle to be able to get in here, rendezvous with his team, get a little bit of scouting information off with the boogie, going all the way around for Zohan, cooking the nade.
Falcon Punch getting rezzed here outside, right outside this red building, looking to possibly use their man advantage. Athon Esports Milos has to get this knocks onto TQ to kind of help give him an advantage. He gets shot up big time, though. They're both hurt. Zohan getting knocked. It's not looking good for Athon.
If they make this play work, it could be the winning move of the game. If they're able to wrestle this away from them, and they're going to be able to do it without casualties by the looks of things. Punching King's down once again. If they can get him on his feet, this could be the fort that they need.
TQ with 6 eliminations by himself. Team Falcons are soaring. The plane was a sign, ladies and gentlemen, but it's not over yet. Here comes D plus Kia with a huge battle against Vampire. Schweppes in the smoke, trying to get it done. Hits the lay down, but he is out of there. That is 8 so far for D plus. Another great game.
They're so agonizingly patient about their fights, and it really causes that war of attrition to play out negatively for their opponents. And even Vampires is victim to that. They stared into the sun for too long, And D plus Kia, man, they're looking great in the middle of day 2.
They have the high ground as well. They are not inside this next zone, but they have all the information that they could possibly need to get down safely. And they have all 4 up with some vehicles. So they are definitely a threat. Peralta laying down outside of the zone all by himself, just looking to annoy some teams.
But the question is, how are they going to play this circle, D plus Kia? Of course, Falcons was up on this high ground as well. They realized you can't stay up there for as long as, you know, those teams that kind of stalled things out can. So Fabian's going for a big wide wrap here. I don't know where he's going, though.
Yeah, he's trying to secure that rock to try to get some intel. He's going to lose his buggy in the process, and most likely this game in that situation. So the other 3 are still alive. I think probably the push on the Falcons is the play.
Maybe. Fabian was basically sent out as a feeler. Okay, I'm going to go here. I'm going to see who has lines of sight on us. Let's not commit everybody. Naoto doesn't burn out.
Barely survives with that nade. How is he still alive? I don't know. This man is on another level right here as DRS Gaming is looking to take him out, and they need to do so quickly because there's 53 seconds left on the clock. They want to secure this position.
Yeah, and you might be careful about the off angles against you here because Alpha 7 can see you against this building. Molly does actually get caught by the fire. I think he should be able to heal through this to get things going.
The low toss nade coming out to be fruitful, gets another elimination. So that is going to be 4 for him. He jumps out, but right into a DBS shot.
That's DBS territory right there. You don't walk into that. But at the same time, Alpha 7 here trying to find themselves a position of power as D plus Kia has now moved onto this west side. Fabian as the kind of feeler player to try and figure out if it was safe. Figured out, okay, actually we can make this location work as long as we've got some car cover against that east position.
And the off angle from DRS takes out Alpha 7. So now that's completely clear. That is huge for D plus Kia. 9 eliminations for them and 10 for Team Falcons. This is going to be a battle.
Look at that shift. D plus Kia has been blessed with this, and it's going to force Falcons to move to the 1 remaining building that is north of them, and it's really not that big a building. This might be a D plus Kia double victory in 3 games.
Oh, can you hear that? All I hear right now is the clicking of teeth onto nails. This stadium is at a standstill right now. They want Team Falcons to get this victory, but it's going to be difficult. It is literally D plus Kia's game to win, but DRS putting a lot of pressure onto them, and I'll tell you, Peralta with that off angle could make things that much more difficult for them.
Up until that knock, did you know what I heard on the wind?
What was that?
The word "kamsamnida." As the Koreans here were very, very happy with how this circle's gone for them. But, I mean, with a knock like that, it shows actually how vulnerable that location is. Again, if you don't have smokes, if you don't have that car fort fully set up and good to go, so they might be slowly expending their utility with those smokes slowly running out.
Oh, but what they do have, the zone. And sometimes that is all you need is that and some 5.56 in your bag. How about a crate, too? That'll help out as well.
It will. I wonder what weapon they got from that. But at the same time, big transition trying from Exexis here. They actually saw him on the left-hand side of that smoke being able to move. I guess maybe the scope was actually blocking a little bit of that vision.
That's right, and that is going to be a D plus Kia. The AWM comes into play right here at the end. So one shot, headshot could be coming up here in a second. Fabian with the crazy sprays. The buggy is still on fire. Wow, D plus Kia are getting picked apart.
It was kind of important that Fabian stayed alive there because he is alone and he was their slight off angle compared to the other 3 members. Forrest is at the front, also knocked. Falcon has taken a perfect opportunity at moving out as quickly as they did to try and apply the pressure to their opponents.
Oh, nice finish there from DRS.
Nice steal.
All the pressure is on D plus Kia. Everybody is looking at them. And meanwhile, okay, finally, Team Falcons look to the left. They take down Rules OG. That's going to leave 1 player up left for DRS. Team Falcons looking to take the dub.
They moved out at just the right time.
That's
it was brilliant stuff. All of the sprays going to come in here, try and deal with this. They have more angles than D plus Kia. This is going to be difficult for the South Koreans to be able to get on out of. Sprays through the smokes.
1 left. 1 player left. It's Forrest. The legend.
There they are.
Goes down. It's Team Falcons with the victory. The stadium erupts right here. Another chicken dinner for the Falcons.
And